It sounds like they got a great deal in a now almost veteran, 4 years under his belt, Amari Cooper, who we know has put up the numbers, who we know has the potential. So Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper. Guys, do the Dallas Cowboys now have the best big three in the NFC East?
No, not until I see it. It looks good on paper, Kay. Just like every team before the season, they're all paper champions. They're all ready to win a Super Bowl, and these guys are ready to put up great numbers, just like some of the great big threes in Dallas history. But for me, it's what they have in New York. I'm looking at Odell Beckham, Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard. And I'll go back to it again. I said it earlier in the show. They put up 400 total yards, 150 apiece for the wide receivers. That's 300. Saquon put up just under 100 yards total. That's receiving and rushing. And that's not even a big game for Saquon. There's times when we've seen Saquon go clean off. Video game numbers. So for me, I'm looking at the New York Giants. And I say all this and saying that Eli hasn't even been playing up to par.
You included Sterling over Eli.
He's not part of the big three. Once they get a quarterback, and this is no disrespect.
Odell did throw that one pass, I guess.
Who's throwing him the ball?
Listen, I'm just saying, once they get a quarterback, and this is no shade to Eli, because I've been a fan of his for a long time. Once they get a young guy with a laser arm that can get these guys the ball in between small spaces and deep downfield, this will be one of the best big threes of all time. They are that talented, I promise you.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Big
Odell
three,
is a premier
big three
wide
in the
receiver.
NFC East. Who you got?
Big three in the NFC East. When I think big three in the NFC East, I think of Michael Irvin, I think of Emmitt Smith, and I think of Troy Aikman.
Triplets.
The triplets. As far as the NFC East goes, this is the big three right now. Dak, Zeke, and Amari. Amari was a number 3 overall pick and had a really good year 2 years ago. He's rejuvenated. Let's bring him in and see. If you look at Zeke Elliott, who's a number 4 overall pick. Let's see. Dak Prescott won NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. That's your big three.
Couple 1,000-yard seasons in Amari Cooper.
If you
You're
can
just
find
telling me their resume,
if you can find me a better one, let's see it.
All you're doing is telling me their resume. You haven't seen it yet.
It's there. It's there.
I'm going to double down with Nate. I look at this NBA Jam style. You know how they have the little power ratings and everything?
Yes.
I like. Sometimes Detlef Schrempf's was low, but Sean Kemp's was so high that it would bring up the mean power rating. So I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to say Saquon, Odell, and Eli. Even though Eli's is low, I cannot tell you guys how much I believe in Saquon Barkley. I think he is the most talented running back in the league. The most talented. He's not the best yet, but you can have your Gurleys. I love those guys, Le'Veon. I think he is a 99 talent level with Odell. Eli's down here at 13, like Benoit Benjamin or something like that. We will bring them all the way up. I think their mean level, Adams, brings them to be the big three.
Sometimes we find ourselves during a season, we've done the show now for 3 years, becoming the stand for a team that you didn't think you would be in the beginning of the season or in the preseason or training camp. And for me, that's the Redskins. So what we glorified, the Eagles, they're going to be fine. They're going to have a dynasty. We're talking Cowboys like we always do. We neglect the Redskins. We just do. We didn't talk about how flashy they were, how good they were, any of that, Adrian Peterson. So to me, the big three, it's not on offense. It's defense. It's the guys who held the guy that you think is big three to 33 yards in Zeke Elliott. It's Kerrigan. It's Payne. And it's Jonathan Allen. These three guys, these run stuffers that disrupt everything, are crushing it. To me, it might not be exciting, it might not be as sexy, but the Redskins' run-stopping defense is why they're number 1 in the East. So those are my big three.
Okay.
It's fun to jump on a team when they're 4-2, Kay.
Yeah?
I'm saying, you don't. But I'm saying, but we're still not talking about them.
We are, I know.
Why are we still talking about a 1-6 Giants team way more than the Redskins?
It's the Alex Smith factor.
It's Alex Smith factor.
Who did it without?
Gibbs is going to get the rock? I don't know.
It's Alex Smith.
He was their leading wide receiver. That's impressive in and of itself when you don't have Paul Richardson and Chris Thompson and anybody out there except for Capri Bibbs, the running back, as the lead receiver.
No one mentioned the Eagles, defending Super Bowl champion.
It's hard to put together the three.
Carson,
Alshon's great. Carson's great.
Carson, Alshon, and Ertz.
Ertz is a good call for including tight ends, but then I would include Jason Peters too. You know what I'm saying? The big three isn't pure.
Just with defense, we include anybody. I'm saying we
do it, Nate. Get in there.
Tight ends, running backs, wide receivers.
Well, the Redskins have the number 5 defense total
No, I
defense
respect
in the
it.
league.
They're
Number
first
3
place
run
by
defense.
I think it's
receivers.
Roseman, Lurie, and Peterson. There's the big three.